Alright, hello folks, and welcome back to, actually the very first episode of You Don't Know Jack, the 2015 edition. Now back when I was in college, somebody had this game on their PC in the late 90s, when I was in college, and tell you what, this game was freaking awesome. Trivia just had a weird sense of humor to it, and you have to love it, folks. I mean, it just stuck with me all throughout the past 20 plus years that I've seen this game. Now this is the latest edition that I'm aware of. So anyway, it came on multiple platforms like the PS4, Xbox, etc., Steam. In the Jackbox Party Pack 1. Now, to my knowledge, in the subsequent Jackbox Party Packs, You Don't Know Jack is not included in them, unfortunately. So don't bother buying them. Anyway, so let's go on.
We are on.
Hello? Hello? Is this thing on?
Now, you can pick all your different episodes.
I don't think it's working.
I don't think you can pick, I don't think you can do this until, you finish them. There are 50 episodes. Okay? There are 50 episodes. So we are going to do this first one. And we're going to join the game. Am I on here or no? Yes, I am. The quarter-ass gamer. That's me.
This is You Don't Know Jack 2015. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson. And hey, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious. Okay, just kidding. There will be farts and stuff. Did you want to play alone, or did you get stood up again? And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by
the San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. All right, let's get this party started.
Now, I want to just reiterate what the wrong answer of the game is. There's one question, something related to the San Francisco Otter Choir, something related to that's going to be a wrong answer to a question throughout the game. And if you find it, you get a ton of money, which is a lot better than answering the actual question. And all 50 episodes have it. I know where this one is. That's not a big deal. But if throughout the series I don't know where it is and I can't find it on my original playthrough, I will edit it in. All right.
Get ready, time for question one.
To get things rolling, Bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%, 40%, 80%, or... Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water. But that other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh, Mama gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Try this on for size. His acting is alright. So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, if Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? The McCona Dark Ages? The McCona Industrial Age? The McCona Middle Ages?
Well, the
McCona
Renaissance came after the Middle Ages, so there you go.
The Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages. Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
I call this one brought to you by the letter U, Unibrow.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you get this one right, I'll rustle up some extra moolah for you. Arrange these Sesame Street characters in order of fewest to most eyebrows. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Ernie, Bert, the Count. Bert, Ernie, the Count. The Count, Bert, Ernie, or Ernie, the Count, Bert.
So Ernie didn't have any, Bert had one, and the Count had two.
Ernie has no eyebrows at all, Bert has one long single eyebrow, and the Count has two. Two eyebrows! That'll net you an extra grand. And yet, none of them have ever blinked. Let's try Duck Duck Swan. Say the cast of Duck Dynasty attends a performance of Swan Lake and thinks there are real waterfowl on stage. In their confusion, which character would they most likely shoot? Siegfried, Benno, Von Rothbart, or Odette?
Now, Odette was a swan, so...
Odette is a princess who has been turned into a swan, so the Duck Dynasty crew would probably fill her full of lead. Especially if they find out she once fooled around with a lady swan in college.
5 fingers.
Coming up next, the man in the backwards yellow hat. And it's a dis or dat. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one you tell me if it's an alleged antic by pop star Justin Bieber, or an antic by the
These
classic
are always
children's
harder
book
than they
character
look.
Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the square button. If it's Curious George, press the circle button. We good? Here we go. Peed in a mop bucket. Broke his leg falling from a... Arrested for falsely reporting a fire.
Crap.
House. Got high on ether. Fed a bugle to an ostrich. Went to a Brazilian brothel. You were a couple of bananas short of a bunch. I think we can all agree that it's time for that little bastard to get deported. And then it's your turn, Bieber.
Ha ha.
Round 1 is complete, and you're doing pretty well, probably because there's no competition. Keep in mind, in round 2, everything is worth twice as much. And remember, our wrong answer of the game is still out there waiting to be picked. Okay then, here we go. Here we have Dumber and Dumberer 2. So there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few... If another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called the blank couple. Odd, otter, oddest, or otterist.
Well, my OBS went out again. Not the OBS, but the, whatchamacallit, the game capture. But the answer is oddest.
Oh, honestly. Odd is the adjective, otter is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective. But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise. No, but speaking of Otter, get it? You just won the greatest hits of the San Francisco Otter Choir. Hailed as one of the top 3 Otter choirs in the world, the San Francisco Otter Choir will astound you with their covers of Little Red Corvette and The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. This wrong answer of the game has earned you a sweet 8,000 clams. Well done.
Well, that's what you get for paying attention to the wrong answer of the game, folks. Always be on the
Here's what I
lookout.
like to call, let it go, let it go, let it go. At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt and die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, or 30 degrees Rankine?
I'm
He's
not
a snowman.
familiar with Rankine, but 30 degrees Celsius is quite warm.
30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know, blah, 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 he can magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Follow me down to the sea.
It's time for Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
You'll see this come up in a whole bunch of the games.
First spotted in 1879. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Well, Albert Einstein.
Albert
There you go.
Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born. Probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts. I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. Pucker up for wine or lose. If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Rieslings?
I actually did not know the answer to this, but I've played this quite a few times, so just by that alone, I know it's
Chardonnays,
that.
Pinot Blancs, and Rieslings are all white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although
I
to
would
a
not have
connoisseur
known
like
otherwise.
myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn. Coming up, I want to lick and roll all night. If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches deep, about 20 inches
I
deep,
do not
or
know the
about
answer to
30
this.
inches deep.
I do not know the answer to this for real. I'm gonna guess 20 inches.
An adult giraffe's tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long.
Yay!
That's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore.
Oh my gosh. This is a family show, folks.
Brace yourself for the attack. When you see 2 clues that match, press the X button. 2,000 big ones if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. And of course,
Remember the clue.
it's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made
Alright.
from?
I hope my capture card doesn't go out. Hansel and Gretel, that's a gingerbread house. Three pigs, was it stones? No. Old cars? No, it wasn't cheese. Wasn't gingerbread. Made out of sticks, there you go. Now, I didn't watch a lot of SpongeBob. I was an adult by then. What was this house made of? Nope, that was a guess. What cheese was it? Nope, nope. I'm gonna guess cheese next time. Pueblo, nope. No, Pueblo was crap. Adobe. There you go. I knew they made Adobe huts. People shouldn't throw stones. What kind of house do they live in? There you go. Tapeworms. Yeah, made out of intestines. There you go. Wait for intestines. Waiting for intestines. Ha 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 ha. There you go. AOL CDs. Love it. I have no idea. Oh gosh. House of Cards. Okay.
There you have it! The truth is, home is wherever you hang your hat. My hat is currently hanging in my old college roommate's guest cottage. Shh.
I want that money in real life.
You don't know Jack!
And you can listen through these credits. You get some really funny commercials that don't exist, but they're funny. Well, I had this whole sequence playing through all those hilarious commercials, but it lasted so long and it was still going and still going. So I didn't have my traditional send-off. So, and now I'm going to have my traditional send-off. See you next time for the second episode of You Don't Know Jack.